Hi guys, Dokwe here. So today I'm going to be doing a review of a book review with Dokwe Star, and I'll be reviewing a Christian novel by Francine Rivers. Yes, the title of the book I'll be reviewing is Bridge to Haven by Francine Rivers. Yes, for those of you that are familiar with Francine Rivers, you know she's a Christian author. Yes, if you're not aware that there are such things as Christian novels, I think you should be aware today that there are such things as Christian novels. When you want to entertain yourself, you feel that okay, I need to read something. We have a lot of Christian authors all over the world. They might not be as popular as your secular authors, but we have them, Christian authors, and one of them that you should know is Francine Rivers. Yes, so this today I'm reviewing Bridge to Haven by Francine Rivers. So Bridge to Haven is a book that reminds me, is a story that reminds me of the prodigal son, of someone that went away from his father's house, decided he wanted to explore, and then after going out and seeing that the world is not what he thought it was, he had to come back to his father. Now, Bridge to Haven is a story of a young lady named Abra Matthews. Abra was a child that was abandoned as a baby under a bridge, and then she was picked up by a pastor, Pastor Zeke, and she lived with Pastor Zeke and his wife. Unfortunately, Pastor Zeke's wife died in the course of the story. She had some form of cancer, and she died in the course of the story. So because Pastor Zeke realized that he could not take care of Abra after his wife died, he had to give her away to another family, to a more functional family. Pastor Zeke and his wife already had a son named Joshua, but they just wanted another child. That was why they took in Abra as their own daughter. So he had to give her away, and the giving away was not fine, was not pleasing to Abra. She felt that Pastor Zeke was putting her away, like he was abandoning her. So she felt like someone that had been abandoned all her life. Like, okay, my birth mother abandoned me. Now Pastor Zeke is putting me away. Nobody wants me, and all that. And she was living with a new family. She was living fine. They treated her like their own daughter. But then that wasn't enough for Abra. She just wanted, her own way, basically. It happened that eventually she ran away from home with a certain guy. I can't remember his name right now, but she ran away with that guy, and to explore the Hollywood life. And she realized that as soon as she left Haven, there's a bridge that connects Haven to other places. As soon as she left Haven, she realized within her heart that okay, this is not the life I always wanted. But she was too scared to go back. Guilt, shame would not allow her go back. Now, there are many of us like that. We've gone far away from God, and we're like, okay, instead of me going back, let me just continue my sin. Let me just continue with this my rough life. But then God is there, He's waiting for you, and he's not even going to judge you. Like the story of the prodigal son, the father is always ready to open his arms and accept you back. So if you're there and you feel, I think you should read this book, and understand what that kind of life is all about. The soft life. Yes, the soft life, what it's all about. So she went with this guy. He disvirgined her, he was using her, he was just sleeping with her, using her for, his mom used her. He transferred her to another man that also used her, made her something else. The man made her a movie star, changed her name, changed her look. He dyed her red hair to some other color. Changed her name to Lena Scott. She was becoming she was on her way to becoming an A-list actress. But she realized that okay, this life is not it. I'm not myself. I'm not being myself. She was missing Haven. She was missing the people that were at Haven. Back in Haven, people were praying for her. Pastor Zeke's son, unfortunately, they're supposed to be brother and sister, but Pastor Zeke's son had fallen in love with Abra. Even before they separated, he had fallen in love with her. So he was also praying for her, and he wanted to go and look for her. So fortunately for him, there was a job opening for him at Hollywood, and that helped him to go look for Abra. Eventually, he found her. By then, she had already left the Hollywood world, and she was working as a waitress somewhere. She had left everything. She was working as a waitress somewhere. Imagine, she fell, from Hollywood star to waitress standard. Working as a waitress somewhere. And Joshua was able to find her and encourage her, let her know that people at home were praying for her, they love her, and even if she came back, nobody was going to judge her, and she'll be fine. After so much convincing, she eventually agreed to go back to Haven. And she got back to Haven after burning the bridge for a long time. She got back to Haven and she realized that people there, were ready to see her. They were so happy to see her. Eventually, she got married to Joshua, and ever lived happily ever after. The point of the book, like I said, reminds me of the story of prodigal son, is that no matter how far you've gone in sin, you can still come back to God. Yes, you can still come back to God. I think Francine Rivers said it's a story. There's an author note at the end. Yes, I forgot to mention the book is about 400 and almost 500 pages. 459 pages. Yes, the story, and then there are some other, a note from the author about the author, and the like. So we're looking at almost 470 pages. Don't worry, don't be daunted by that. It's actually a nice book. It's a book that you should read, and you're going to learn a lot from it. I'm not one to finish books that I start, but this one I had to, because the story was actually quite captivating for me. It was captivating for me. I wanted to see where it would end. It reminded me of Bible passages, it made me pray, it made me cry at some point. Don't mind me, I'm a very emotional person. It made me cry at some point. So I recommend it to you. You can get it as a gift for your family members. Don't always get, it's not every time you get gifts, secular gifts. You can always get gifts like this that will edify their spirits, that will elevate their relationship with God. I recommend this book, Bridge to Haven by Francine Rivers. And if you're there and, you are still in the faith, and you feel that, okay, I think I'm missing out, I think there's a word on the other side, I think the grass is greener on the other side, I want to tell you that there's no greener grass on the other side. Not all that glitters is gold. It's not everything you see on social media that looks as glamorous as it is. Stay in your faith. Stay where the Father has placed you. Don't go out experimenting. The devil is out there to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I read this book a 10/10, and I think that you should read it, and I think you should get it for your loved ones. It's Bridge to Haven by Francine Rivers. On today's book review with Okwesta, I'll be coming your way next time with other Christian books and Christian authors that you would love to read. If you have any book that you want me to review, you can always send me a message, send me a DM on Instagram at okwestalawa, or send me an email, okwesta@gmail.com. If there's any movie you also want me to review, if you're an author and you want me to review your book, you can always send me a message. Yes. So thank you very much for joining me today. Till I come your way next time, this is Book Review with Okwesta. Bye.